Enthir and making your way back down to the barbarians' camp for the night. You find the tent that you were being given and manage to take yourselves into a long rest.
Lovely.
During the night, while you are in deep sleep, you hear a voice calling out to you. As your body is taken up into the sky, each of you seem to be in this almost waking dream. As in the center, flapping its wings, is a large, dark, raven-like figure.
I knew Dar-Jee
Staring
should
at you.
sniff the hair. Is it all of us that are here, or...?
Yeah.
So we're literally just in the clouds facing this giant...
In the clouds, facing this
crow.
raven-like figure. It's not the giant crow that you'd seen before. It seems to be animalistic-like, but seems to shift and move around. It doesn't seem to have like this proper form.
I was going to say, does its movement seem like... It's going to sound daft, but unnatural?
Yeah, like completely, like its body seems to shift and morph around
like
this sort of...
almost like a shadow, then not fully formed.
Yeah.
Does it notice us?
Yeah, it's basically you are surrounding it.
Are we like flying, or are we stood on clouds?
You are basically just floating in midair.
Falling with style.
Falling with style. To infinity and beyond.
Can we speak, or are we unable?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, where are we? Like, it's just a question to anybody. Not to anything in particular.
What am I?
Where are
Who
we?
am I?
Why is Gamora?
As the raven-like figure says, "Sound asleep in the camp where you have been left, where you killed my dear daughter."
I was gonna say, but I'm awake with you.
Just confused.
What's going on, man?
This is but a vision, and also a warning.
What kind of warning?
You are to proceed no further with your hunting of my daughters. Otherwise, I will begin to take action.
Okay, if you tell us where your daughter is, we won't go near that area.
I promise we
I
won't
promise.
go near her.
I believe you have been using something of mine to track them down.
Worth a shot.
Okay then. How about we stop hunting you and your daughters if you get Ethel, was it? To remove this curse. I have no interest in you or your other daughter. She is the one that I have a problem with. Remove the curse and we'll leave you all alone.
And return Marky.
And that, yeah.
Yeah.
And him.
I do not know this mark which you speak.
He's a big tiger.
She will.
One of your daughters.
Ethel would know.
Ethel teleported him to an unknown region in time and space.
Well, I do not tend to bother myself with the dealings of my daughters and granddaughters. However,
Are you dealing with
right
us now?
Or at least return the bag of holding.
We'll settle for that.
Yeah, my
You'll settle for the
401k's in there.
We'll settle for that, and just the general location of where we may be able to find him.
Yeah.
perhaps, if you agree to stop your quest right here, I could arrange a meeting for us. We could come to terms. Perhaps my granddaughter can give back that which was stolen.
We need certainties, not
Perhaps.
uncertainties. Not happenings, we need happenings.
Absolutes, please.
Yeah, we are safe.
I mean, we probably would be. If you can agree to, if you can confirm this, I'm happy to start this journey. After all, it was her that started all this.
Yes, well, she's here with me now, and
Put her on the phone.
Yeah, put her on a
she does not seem to be as forgiving as I may be.
So does that mean... Right. So how can we trust her even if we do trust you? What if she just sends him back straight away as soon as we have this meeting?
Well,
if they're meeting us, they're probably gonna try and kill us, right?
Well, we're going to try and kill them, so...
Makes
don't
it
say
a
that
lot
loud.
easier.
So, do I have your word that you will not hunt down any of my daughters anymore?
You have our word
Person
that we
never
are in
talk.
parley until we come
Yeah.
to an arrangement.
Yep.
Well, perhaps I will allow you to meet me soon.
How soon are we talking? We're on a tight schedule here.
We've got a bird to
Time and
catch.
place.
Oh, as soon as you can find me.
On a duck
Yes.
dash.
Oh, that's what we were doing. So, do we need to kill your other daughter to find you, or are you going to tell us where you are?
I will allow us to meet. From your location, I am about 3 days' travel away. If you return the
Yes.
orb that was stolen, and bring me 2 lives befitting for those that you have stolen from me already, then we have a deal.
See, I do agree.
Just for the sake of the argument, if we was to go for these lives, what considers of equal value to you?
Big ugly bitch.
Sang, not now.
I mean, there's plenty of spiders we left in there, and I'm pretty sure we can find a big old frog back in the swamps.
Yes,
True, but that doesn't seem right.
I believe
How equivalent
something
an
of
exchange
equal
does this need to be?
importance.
Equal importance.
Well-known
Very
figures.
Jesus.
Perhaps the lives of 2 Jarls suffice.
Right.
And then we will have our agreement.
Mummers, just a question to you. When we use
Yes.
this orb, does this big bird thing notice we're using it?
You do not know that.
Right, okay. Because we could just lie.
Okay, how about this? What if we were to set up a meeting, but also with Eunice? After all, she's the one who's been helping us. I'm sure you have a couple of words for her.
Ah. Eunice may make a good sacrifice. A Jarl and Eunice, bring them to me, and this meeting shall be set up. And do not try to deceive me, as my eyes are evil. You have 3 days.
Who's to say
Collect
that
that.
you're not going
what you
to
wish.
step out of your part of the bargain?
Yes, well, I am a woman of my word.
You're a woman of many words.
And
Not all of them are honest.
If you bring me that which I wish to have, you will get that which you wish. You have 3 days. Bring Eunice and a Jarl.
3 days to bring the Jarl.
Do not waste my time
Where we going?
any longer. Before you all descend back down into your bodies.
Right.
She's not even giving us a location. What the hell?
Are we awake?
Yes, you wake up in the in the
See that?
Sang's got his
late
like
hours
little
of the
night
morning.
hat on.
It nodded.
You say late hours or early?
Late hours of the morning. You're sort of 10,
Yeah.
11 o'clock.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right, so what we could do is convince the Jarl to come with us and then bring the Jarl's army and kill her.
What I'm
She's a tricksy bitch. I reckon we go and
here's an
kill
idea.
the.
We're dressing
other sister.
Dar-Jee as a Jarl.
There you go. Problem solved.
We'll do that. And
I'm
then
sure
die.
his brother Jaleel seems kind of regal.
he's important. Jarl
He was
obviously.
emissary
we
too.
were, yeah. What if we were able to, if we just continued on our course, meet up with this final bag? Maybe she'll be more reasonable.
Reasonable. We're going to kill her.
We're definitely not going to allow her to kill a Jarl, right? Because then we'll pretty much have to join her because all the Skyrim, well, not all the Skyrim, but you know,
No, all the Skyrim. He was right.
will try and kill us. So we can't do that because that's a suicide mission.
Me and Naefir are elves, will we?
We'll try to be killed anyway. So yeah.
Yeah. The Nods tried to kill us on the best of terms.
It's like, yeah, we
Let's
can't
see.
do that. We're gonna have to kill her. It's the only option.
Did she? Well, so like, would she have given us a location to take the Jarls to?
She did not give a location.
So it seems like she'll be watching us the entire time anyway.
Yeah.
Right,
We'll meet
maybe-
us in 3 days in a random place.
Right, we need to head back to.
So
Solitude.
wait a minute, she expects us to tag along with a Jarl and a hag for 3 days? No way is that going to happen.
No, she's meeting us in 3 days' time, so she can clearly talk to us whenever because she just pulled us from that dream. At which
Yeah.
point she's watching us the entire time anyway. So if we go get a Jarl, as soon as we convince her to come with us, she'll then tell us the information.
Right.
I say we just continue using the Orb and go kill her sister, daughter.
How many days travel
then-
is the other sister away from Solitude?
From Solitude, is
It's an awkward path, isn't it? Like from the,
yeah,
from here, it's a bit much.
potentially by foot about 3 days. On horse, quite a bit longer. The 3 days timing she's given you doesn't seem to be long at all.
It's impossible. Well, not impossible, but you know.
Almost seems like a fool's errand.
Yeah.
So yeah, like getting from the mountain back to Solitude would take about 4 days on foot. However, by horse,
if
might
we
be
was
quicker.
to do that, we'd have to double time it back to Dragon's Bridge, see if we can rent or like buy a horse or something,
Yeah.
and then dash on over to Solitude. That is if we are doing that.
Then who says you're not gonna get people to attack us on the way, so we turn up weak and easy to take out?
I don't know. Basically straight north from Dragon's Bridge to the other sister. Could go to Dragon's Bridge, get some horses. And then travel 2 hours out of town and get them eaten by dragons. And then walk the rest of the way.
Sounds about right.
But ooh, how long would a boat take? Is a boat quicker than horse?
Yes.
How much so?
Boats are probably similar speed to a horse, but boats don't need to rest or anything. So on boat you could just constantly just sail around. So instead of traveling for the 8 hours, you could travel a full 24 hours with no
Just
rest.
shift it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, it's like an extra 3-4 squares.
I mean, I think it's a trap and we should just ignore her, personally. Because she
I
kept
feel
saying,
like-
leave my daughters alone, as if she's got loads left that can just be...
Well,
there.
she has 2 left, so that
Right.
that would still work.
Does she?
Yeah, because there's the one we're after, and then there's Ethel.
Yeah, but they don't necessarily are her daughters. Because why are these 3 so important?
The one that attacked Enthir, she said was her granddaughter.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
If any one of you wants to make me a Arcana check, you can. See what you
I'll
actually
look
know
at the
about hags.
Which one?
Anyone better than a +1?
I'm a +6.
Yeah, that's you then.
For Arcana?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, my intelligence is +2, and then I got
You got proficiency.
proficiency in it, yeah.
Go on, then.
From Arcane Archer.
That's you.
Yep, alright. A 15.
15. Yeah, you would know that hag families are sort of wide-reaching.
Oh, okay.
Basically, every sort of hag underneath has like a mother and many, many aunties. Above them
It's a
are like
pyramid
grandmothers.
scheme.
It's like a council estate.
So, like, most hags are in touch or related to, like, each other hag in each way.
A mob.
Yeah. So basically, like, the 2 hags you've already killed would be the aunties of the one that attacked Enthir,
Right.
and their mother is the one that's speaking to you. And she seems to be the most powerful hag in the area.
I mean, it just sounds like a death trap to me, and I would just strongly advise against it.
If she's
We either let her dictate the rules of engagement, or we can pursue
Fight
our
her on
course.
our own terms.
Yeah, but if she knows where we are, I'm guessing she can see us because we've got the orb, not just because she can see us.
As you guys are conversing in your tent, you can hear sounds of a lot of the villagers outside sort of gasping and sort of speaking to one another. As if like quite a loud commotion is going on.
I'm just going to peek my head out of the tent.
Yeah, me too.
As you peek out of your head out the tent, you can't see that far as the sky is incredibly dark. Looking up, can both of you make a perception check for me?
Perception.
Yeah.
17, 18.
Ooh.
Damn.
A dirty 20.
I was going to say, I'm
20.
waiting for your
As you both look up,
27.
you can see
I rolled a
that
9 and got a dirty 20.
above you,
I rolled 17.
around the mountain itself, there is this large black cloud that seems to be shifting and roiling as if it's alive. With your high perception checks, you could see that things dip in and out of this cloud. Birds,
Of course.
dark feathers. This is a massive amalgamation of ravens circling around the entire peak of the mountain, almost as wide as the mountain is itself. And they seem to be blocking out the sun.
How structurally, how does this village look? Is it like really like leather in tents kind of thing?
Yes.
There's no like not like solid buildings. These are like solid tents, but you know, like
Yeah, like leather tents
yeah.
made up by. If you guys can actually see the picture on the camp,
Yeah,
that's basically how it looks.
Oh,
fair
right, okay.
enough.
Bare bones.
Wildlings.
Yeah, basically. Not full of wall.
We need to be careful right now, because if that decides to come down on us, everyone here's in trouble.
We set in big doo-doo.
Should we pack our things and go then?
If we want to keep these people safe, we can't hang around long.
Yeah, because they will all die. Yeah, we'll do that.
Alright, let's head back to Dragon's Bridge.
Yeah, let's tell the other elf what's going on and then tell him to pack his stuff up.
The other elf has a
The
name,
other-
you know.
The other one.
You just hear Enthir shout out the tent.
Elf.
Yeah. I think he heard you.
Elf.
Elf, we need to go. Big bad, horrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly grab our things and head to the chieftain.
I'll just wake DJ up and I'll just drag him along. Come on, DJ, we're leaving.
Yeah, we'll put him in my rucksack.
Thank you for your hospitality, but we must be leaving. This strange phenomena seems to be our doing, and we don't want you to get caught in it.
Yeah.
What is that up there?
That would be a murder of crows.
Oh. Oh. There's millions of them.
Yeah, we've kind of annoyed someone of great power, and we're trying to deal with that.
Well, don't let us keep you. Here's this as well. It's the least I could do for you, saving my son. As he hands you this,
We got him?
he hands you this sort of like shining silver-looking tomahawk that has the sort of like the blade itself looks like an eagle's wing.
Ooh.
Nice. I'll grab it.
All right, I will add it to your inventory.
Did I tell his son to take back the tokens of people we found?
Yeah, you
Or-
did.
Yes, yeah, you
Okay,
did.
cool. I can't
After
remember if I did or
DJ was trying to enslave him,
not.
he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, take these,"
Yeah.
because I do remember that.
Alright, Dean, that should be in your equipment now.
On D&D Beyond.
And D&D Beyond, yeah.
Look. The equipment hall. I don't see it. This is-
It
Might need
will
to
be
reload
called
then.
the Steel Hawk Hand Axe.
Let's refresh the page.
Yeah, I had to refresh it when
Ah, right, okay.
he put the bow in my inventory.
Yeah, I've got it. That's actually it. I'll put it in chat.
That's actually crazy.
That's actually awesome. Paste. Why can't I paste? There we go. Right, we'll set off then.
Alright. As you gather up all your belongings, you start to trek your way back down the mountain. As this giant cloud of ravens seems to break off a bit, and a few of them start to follow you.
I swear to God, if Noah's in there.
It must be something to do with the orb we have. That's why they can track us. So it's like we've always got a GPS on, so it's kind of like we need to not get rid of it because we need it. But do you think we could quickly use it one last time and then just throw it away and remember where the last witch is?
Throw it away. It's one of the most powerful artifacts in the world.
Well, it's like, but they always know where we are because, well, I'd imagine because of that. There's no other
They
explanation for it.
she probably knew where we was when DJ sniffed her air.
Hmm.
Probably why she's tracked us here.
Should we tie DJ to a tree and see what happens?
I mean, you're the one with him in a rucksack. I just imagine it's like the baby carrier, do you know, where it's sort of like on the chest.
Yeah.
Like that with DJ. Yeah, I think we just keep going.
Alright. As the large, cluster of these ravens break apart, you could see very distinctly the largest one within the group is the one that you have seen before. Its size-wise, compared to the rest of the ones you could see, is hundreds of times larger. And
Yeah, I
this
mean,
one
if I
seems to be
see, if
following
it's the
you
one I saw
at a
earlier, I know it's big.
It's following you at a slightly lower distance and just seems to be traveling another 300 or so feet behind you and above you.
I mean, I was going to say, should we stay still and see if it comes to us? But maybe that's a bad idea.
No.
It
We
would.
can't outrun it.
wouldn't.
It's like impossible. Cause surely he's faster than us, much faster.
If this thing is
We
following us,
do
that's
we do
probably
have
why we don't
potions
meet in
of
anywhere.
disguise self, so I wonder if we can lose the tail that way.
We need to get somewhere else first.
Yeah.
Start digging.
Well, he's going to
If we
Dragon's
can get to
Bridge
Dragon's
first.
Bridge, we can formulate a plan to leave under disguise.
Yeah. I think that's probably our best shot.
However, as soon as they lose track of us, they're probably going to be waiting for us at the last sister.
Yep. Is it the Yellow Dragon Bridge we're taking on the boat?
No, it's the Jarl of Solitude. Solitude is like another couple days away.
Dragon's Bridge doesn't have a Jarl.
Alright, fair. Well, how about...
I can't remember how much you've played Skyrim at all, if at all, Dean, but
I
it's
think I played it in
essentially
2012.
Riverwood to Whiterun.
Right, okay.
That's what Dragon's Bridge is to Solitude.
The two that should have been referring to was Morthal and Solitudes. They're the only two we've met, I think.
Well, I was saying that
yeah.
above game for
Yeah.
Dean's reference. What's a Riverwood? I don't know what a Riverwood is. I also need some supplies as well. I've got barely any arrows and I lost my dagger when I accidentally threw it at Seth.
Yeah, I'll say you'll pick that up.
Well, shall we...
I thought on a
go
nat
to...
1 you lost it, because I'm pretty sure I rolled a nat 1.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shall we go to
Okay.
Solitude then instead of Dragon's Bridge, and then...
We've got like a day's travel to Dragon's Bridge anyway.
Right, we'll go there
Yeah.
first then, but then I
Yeah,
thought...
Dragon's Bridge is
as
on the
well.
way.
Yeah, so if we go to Dragon's Bridge, get whatever you need, all your supplies and stuff, and then go to Solitude, and then tell Ayala life's in danger because of this hag, and try and get, without telling him it's our fault, and then try and get him on our side in case something does happen. So a million crows that eat us.
She's not really trusting of us, so I don't think she'll believe us.
Well, I
I
mean,
say
we
us,
could.
Of you guys, I've never met her.
Well, yeah.
We could,
we could
tell
at
her
least
that
try.
we could
If
tell
not-
her that there was a hag hiding in the sewers of Solitude, and that's the person that's putting
Yeah,
her
we got
life
rid
in
of her. We're
danger.
not a mate. We'll have to tell her we got rid of her. We'll have to kind of lie, I guess.
Well, I mean, it's not really a lie. There is some truth in there.
Yeah. But what I mean is we can't go and say, oh, by the way, a giant bird in our dream spoke to us and said, if we don't bring you to a, you're gonna, we're all gonna die.
Who said we were going to do that?
Well, what I mean is, we can't tell that happened. Not that we're gonna do it.
You've seen what they just did to that mountain. Do you think that a massive army couldn't just massacre the entire of Solitude?
Well, yeah, but...
We need to get to the Dragon's Bridge.
Right.
Get something quick moving.
As you are traveling, can one of you roll a d10 for me?
Oh no!
That's. I need to put some D10s.
Go on,
in
Paul,
this.
you do it.
A
You kill us
D10.
off.
Alright. A 7.
That's
A dragon appears.
A giant
Mhm.
crow eats you.
Can
all.
you roll a D6? Oh, 5. I don't have a 5.
Right, a 7. As you are heading down the mountain, you do see a large silver-looking dragon
Ooh.
traveling towards the path of these crows. As the largest of them goes in and starts to contend with the dragon itself.
Does the size look comparable, or is the dragon miles bigger?
The giant crow is about 1.5 times the size of its
Jesus
wingspan.
Christ. Okay.
Does the dragon look adult?
It seems to be larger than one you've seen recently.
Okay.
Not quite the size of the one that you had first seen when you were. Oh,
Not as big as the red one.
yeah, it's the
but
largest
bigger
one
than
Naefir
the,
would have seen.
Black one.
I think the ones that we fought and the one that we ran away from, I think they were like adolescents or something.
Yeah, Sanguinius and Enthir have seen a larger red one,
Mhm.
but the ones they
What
have fought have not been the same size.
You've seen, but it was when we was coming down the mountain the first time.
Yeah. Okay.
If we can start a war between dragons and crows, then our problem is solved.
This is increasing in scope by the second. No, fuck it. Let's
The
just
crow dragon massacre.
bring the whole of Oblivion up.
I think I'd keep eyes on it as we're proceeding.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
but
say
walk away, not towards. Unless
Mm-hmm.
we need to walk towards it.
we could maybe use this as an opportunity to get out of sight.
Yeah.
If you guys want to make stealth check, you can.
Okay.
What is my bonus?
9.
A 17.
26.
Very nice.
I'll sacrifice myself for the team.
Yeah, as you're heading your way down the mountain, you get into more wooded areas. Seem to lose sight of a large number of them, but quite a few still follow you around.
How
Alright,
closely are they following? Are they staying like above the trees, or are they like 15 feet away, kind of following us?
No, they keep you the distance.
Okay.
Are we in like near a thick forest, or is it just like open road?
It's like open road with like sort of like wooded over the top, sort of almost like arches. You do manage to lose quite a few of them. A lot of them are following within range of Enthir and Naefir. However, you don't know how they would react if you were to start firing upon them.
Well, I don't think it would be a
And the
good idea to
largest
do that
one
anyway.
of them seems to have disappeared out of sight for now.
I don't have enough arrows for that kind of deal.
Yeah, I think I have like 3.
We need a fireball.
I'm not letting that thing sell my soul again.
Yeah, no, fuck it.
So you don't have a soul. Deoxys sold it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's what you meant. That's like that thing.
Yeah. Because he sold all our souls for a fireball.
That is true.
We don't know that yet. I don't think we do anyway.
We heard him talking
Probably
to
would have heard him
nothing.
talking to himself.
I thought it was like in his head talking.
All right. You managed to make your way to Dragon's Bridge mid-evening time. What do you do?
Mid-evening as our shops closed.
A lot of shops will be closing up, but a few are still open. With Dragon's Bridge being a sort of trading, like a large trading route, shops tend to stay open quite a bit later.
I'll just quickly say to the boys, do you guys know this town well? I've only been here passing through. We need some supplies quickly. so we can prep for tomorrow and the day.
Yeah, well, I'll say I'm gonna go sort a room for us.
Mhm.
You get what you need. We'll meet back at the main.
Okay. Yeah, I will
Pla-
look for the store that I would have used to buy my arrows from in the past.
Mhm.
Because
Yep.
we did stay in Dragon's Bridge for a fair while.
All right, cool.
Probably get a discount because we're beasts as well. Because we brought a bunch of crew with us.
Yeah, food for the town.
Exactly.
Got a Kentucky Fried Raven down the road.
So, Sanguinius heads to the Four Shields Tavern, which you would say that before.
Yeah, let's get us one room
And-
so we can all stay together with like 3 beds or whatever. And just pay 'em.
Right, cool. And Enthir, you go and grab some supplies. What is it you're wanting to buy?
So I would like another dagger,
Mhm.
some arrows, and another grappling hook with 100 feet of rope.
All right.
Because I had to get rid of that as well.
Yeah, I've lost mine.
Grappling hook is 2 gold.
Yep.
What rope you want in hemp rope or silk?
Whichever
Silk
would
rope's
be...
quite a bit lighter.
I mean, is there any difference in like performance?
No,
Like-
not really.
How much is the cost difference?
Yeah.
Silk rope's a lot more. It's 10 times more expensive,
10?
but
10?
half the weight.
How much is 10 times more expensive?
10 gold pieces for 50 feet. So
That's
20
fuck all.
for 100 feet of
Take
rope.
some of that.
Yeah, I'll get
Cool,
the silk
so-
rope then.
You've got 100 feet of silk rope.
I'm just purchasing 50.
Cool.
So I'm on 12 gold.
A dagger is 2 gold pieces. What else you want to buy?
Arrows.
Yep.
Bu- 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 Arrows are 5 copper pieces each. So
So
What am
I
I
need.
I'm at 5, so I just need 15.
I
Yeah.
need 12.
So let's just say, because you've been here before, it's 5 silver pieces to fully max them out. Why not?
Okay, cool. How do I add this like grappling hook and stuff in?
I think you can go on inventory and you can search for it at it.
Okay.
Mhm. Is this like a general store or was this like a specialist?
Depending on what you're after, they may have it in stock.
I was looking for any like specialist arrows.
Make a investigation check.
A dirty 20.
Day 20. Yeah. What specialist arrows are you actually looking for?
So like either flame arrows or explosive or
Insta death.
maybe a one touch arrows. Like grappling or something.
How much did my stuff come up to, Mothers? Do you remember?
14 plus The 5 silver.
Yeah.
Mine was 12.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Okay.
Oh no, yours is 24. You had 100 feet of rope.
Yep, 24 gold.
Arrow-wise, they don't have any sort of specialist arrows, but they have tiny little flasks of alchemist fire that can quite easily be tied onto an arrow.
How much are those?
They are 50 gold pieces each.
All right. I will take. How many do they have?
3.
I will take all 3.
Go, so 150 gold piece.
What's it called? Is it actually called Alchemist Fire in thing?
Yeah.
Ooh, so it is. And you can make them into Alchemist Fire arrows. That's cool.
Yeah.
I probably should have bartered for all this.
Mm.
Do they have any other just general magical items or anything?
As far as you can tell, not really.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you'd probably want to go to a specialist for that.
Could potentially find some potions, but not very powerful ones.
I've only got 2 potions of healing, and they're the basic ones.
I would actually like to get a couple of potions.
How good are the blacksmiths in this town? Could I get my armor upgraded at all, or would that be like a specialist smith in some different
You
region?
pretty much have the
Um,
best armor, don't you?
Plus,
Yeah,
it'd
that's
take
what
days.
Just thought you could upgrade it. That's all.
Yeah, no,
fair enough.
magical armor takes like to imbue armor with like magical properties takes a long time.
Fair.
Yeah, how much
And,
do potions of minor healing cost?
Normal potions of healing are 50 gold pieces, and then the ones up from that are 200, I think.
I'll just buy a couple of normal ones.
Cool. So 50 gold pieces each.
Cool.
Greater
And
healing potions are around 200.
2d4 plus 2, right?
Standard ones, yeah.
Yep, cool. Yeah, that'll be it for me, I think.
All right. Anything else?
We need horses. Also, are we staying here the night, or are we going to?
Well, it was early in the morning, wasn't it?
It was late evening when we got here.
Yeah,
Oh, was it?
that's why the stores are open.
Oh, yeah, shit. Sang went to go get a
Yeah,
room,
I've
so
booked
I'm
his
assuming
room.
that we are staying the night.
Yeah. If you are still wanting to travel, you've basically done your traveling day, so you will have to push through exhaustion to try and get yourself closer and closer.
I'm just trying to think of ways to lose the tail. I'm gonna look around for a merchant.
What type of merchant?
Someone with a cart or something.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
investigation is a 22.
22, very nice. You come across this. I suppose you'd recognize quite a few of them. You'd come across this
I wouldn't.
slightly. Oh, no, you wouldn't actually. You would come across a slightly older looking Khajiit that's got this large cart with almost like purple and gold like top on it. Looks to be quite fancy looking. Greetings, elf. Do you wish
hello.
to browse my wares?
I will take a look just to see what he has in general.
A lot of what he has is like kind of sort of like
Trinkets and stuff.
nothing sort of too eye-catching. It's fancy baubles and things like that. What exactly is it you're looking for?
Nothing in particular. I'm just seeing if he had anything of note. My main query with you is, would you be available for, say, charter?
Charter as in you wish to travel?
We need to be. Don't take this the wrong way, but say smuggled out of the city.
Ah. This one knows of what you speak. Perhaps if you line this one's hand with enough coin, it may perhaps.
with him?
If
Or was
you
it sort
wanted
of
to
like
go with him,
Naefir
yeah,
just wandered off?
it's entirely up to you guys.
You would have been probably with me because we'd have been wandering
Yeah,
back.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. Does he look like to be one of the people that was under Riajo?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay.
If you line my paw with enough coin, perhaps I could do that which you ask.
I guess, can I judge if I can trust him?
Yeah, make me an
honest.
insight check.
Alright, that's a natural 20 plus 7, so 27.
27, very nice. He seems to be quite a seedy individual.
I mean, like, yeah, he's gonna try and smuggle us out. So
Yeah.
it's kind of a bit of an oxymoron kind of
Most
going on here.
trustworthy guy.
He's hard to get a gauge on. He seems to have this look in his eye, sort of seems to be appraising you, see if you are on the run or anything like that, and see if he could make more coin than what he would be asking for.
I'm going to just reach into my bag and pull out. I'm going to go for 20 gold coins.
Ah. A healthy proposition. Perhaps this one can keep his lips closed for a little while. Enthir, are you doing anything in this time?
I was just going to. Enthir was basically just going to be like, "Oh, it's been quite a while since I've been here. Tell me, how's Riajo been? See if that gets a response from him."
He pulls an odd-looking face and says, "I do not know this person of which you speak."
Was this the sort of area that all the traders and
it would be,
he
yeah,
was set up?
Where Thea nearly died.
Yeah. Naefir doesn't know that though.
No.
This one's name does not ring on this one's ears.
That's interesting because when he was around here, he was, or it was under my impression that he was known by all traders such as yourself.
Yes, well,
And we did
perhaps
help
he
him
must be
get out
mistaken.
of a bit of trouble. So I think it's only fair that we were treated as such.
Well, perhaps if you were more cordial, I may take your coin next time.
As he puts the coins back in Naefir's hand.
I do not believe me and this Riajo, or perhaps you and this Riajo, have connected before.
Well, you can incite me if you want. I'm telling the truth.
If only there was a key phrase.
Oh mate, it's been like what, a year and a half since then. I'm not going to remember that. Yeah, I don't remember what the code was.
There's something about Black Talon, Black Claw.
It's just thinking crow.
Give me a
Claw.
history check, and I'll tell you it.
What is my history? +2. Get in with his +2 intelligence for a dirty 20 and 18.
18. I don't actually know it.
It's in the diary.
It's somewhere, yeah.
Something about a black talon.
Grasp the black claw with open hands, spoils await.
Ah.
So, I do not know this Riajo of which you speak. And I don't think you do either.
Yeah, and Enthir will just sort of be like black talon, black claw, spoils. Something about reaching out with a black claw, spoils await.
Ah, so you do know him. Well,
I wouldn't be one to tell a lie.
one does have to be careful. Yes, save your coin. I will allow you to come travel with me. Now, where is it you wish to be taken?
We are heading north. Not towards Solitude, towards the coast, if possible.
I will take you most of the way. I do need to still make money after all.
Of course, I could say ideally we'd only be looking to travel half a day's north. I don't want to put you too far out of your way. We just need to lose something seems to be tracking us, and we don't quite know how. So we're just trying to make sure it's not a visual cue.
Well, this one will keep you quiet. He will keep you hidden.
Very well.
Now, what is it we leave?
Probably.
Can you be ready first thing in the morning?
Yes, this one could do that.
Very well. We will meet you here at first light.
Ah, excellent. While you are in town, please feel free to browse any of my companion's wares. We could perhaps sell you something of use. I will let them know that you know of Riajo, that we can offer a small discount.
I'll browse the vendors that are close to him, and maybe buy a couple of just trinkets or something to show good
Mhm.
faith.
Yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
be looking for random knickknacks.
A lot of what they sell is kind of like just all like useless little knickknacks, like little rabbit's paws and that sort of thing. Price wise, it only comes to like a couple of gold pieces each.
Would there happen to be something with like a black claw on it, so if I ever need to speak to any of them, I can just flash it and be like, spoils away?
So he can remember what it is.
Pretty much,
A
yeah.
lot of them do have like a hidden pin that they sort of show each other sometimes with a black claw on it. You could probably buy one off them for about 10 gold pieces.
Well, we seem to be spending all our time in Solitude and Dragon Bridge, so fuck it, yeah, might as well.
All right, very nice. All right. Anything else you guys want to do for the early morning?
Just like overnight, I'd want to try and make the alchemist fire flasks into alchemist arrows.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll say you can quite easily do that. With
What is you said it was a pin, didn't you?
yeah.
Cool.
Would they use up slots in my quiver, or would they be a separate thing?
I would say they can be separate.
Awesome. Wait, how does this work? So I would only have 3 of those, yeah. It's a bit weird because alchemist
yeah.
fire arrows are a weird one where they hold some of the potion in the shaft, apparently.
Mm.
But I only have 2 of those, so
sure.
that's fine. Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll speak to the boys, telling them the plan. Like, we all still have our potions of disguise, right? Correct?
It's just sort of gonna ruffle in his bag. You mean this?
That'd be the one. So tomorrow we'll drink this first thing. File out.
I also have an idea. I wonder if it would be worth contacting Eunice, not to tell her the things that Grandmother Raven said to us, but the fact that we are now being watched. She's managed to hide from them all this time. She might know a couple of tricks.
That would be a good idea if you can manage to speak to her. Or Dar-Jee speak to her.
I'll just look over to DJ. Pass me the frog phone. I'll just sort of gesture him to chuck it over. He can decide whether or not he wants to.
Guessing that's a yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Speak to yourself, mamas.
I reckon we should take his crown off.
I don't know. Like, yeah, DJ might get jealous as he sort of catches it. And I'll figure out how to try and make a call on it. I'll just start prodding it.
You prod on you prod the right amount of times, and she
Ribbit.
answers.
Ribbit. Ribbit.
Yes?
Moshi Moshi.
What is it?
Ah, yes. We it's just sort of an update. We've sorted out Sabbatha. We've dealt with that problem.
Ah,
However,
yes.
another has arisen.
Yes. The final of her eldest daughters, Lamona.
Well, it's not just that. It seems like Grandmother Raven knows what we're up to and is keeping an eye on us as he sort of just describes what we saw with the birds and the dragon and all that stuff.
Well, you have well and truly got her attention. Make sure you're moving carefully from now.
Yes, well,
One
that
wrong
leads
move
me
and this will all be over.
to my next question. You've managed to lay under or stay under their radar for so long. I was wondering if you had any uh, words of words of advice.
Well, you're directly under their sight now, so it will be hard to lose them. However, I change my appearance often and move quite often as well.
Right.
Don't stay in the
Okay.
same spot for too long. If you go out, make sure you are disguised. If you
Right.
see any crows, get to cover.
I see. Well, is there what should we be looking for this last hag? What does this Lamona look like?
Lambona. She is the ugliest of all of my aunties. I'm sure you will see her. Once you see her, you will know who it is. However, this one is a little bit more difficult. Her lair is underwater, so you will have to find ways to breathe.
Okay.
She lives in what is a abandoned underwater temple to a god. Her lair is infested with all kinds of sea creatures, and those known as the Merrow, evil mermaid-like creatures that seek to bully and cause harm to those that live under the water.
I see. Well, I appreciate the information. Oh, and one last thing. When we recovered the trinket, um, DJ reported that he had, let's say, an out of body experience when he sniffed it for whatever reason. How worried should I be?
Well, it's probably the reason they know where to track you now. I would say, if possible, ditch the lizard for now. Or if you need to carry him along, keep him blindfolded so she cannot see through his eyes. Or perhaps there will be a way to remove the curse that has been afflicting him, and he will be free to move on
Right.
uninterrupted.
So you say maybe. Are you saying you don't know this yourself, or?
Yes, my grandmother's magic itself is powerful. She's the trixiest of us all, and the most intelligent. She may have cursed him. She may just be toying with you all. It's hard to tell. To be safe, I would leave him. However, if they know she knows your position already, perhaps it's already too late, and you should just carry on and finish what he started.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for the advice. Now, we we have to get moving, so I'll let you know when it's done.
Yes. Please keep me informed. As soon as this is dealt with, I will tell you my location. Perhaps I can find some reward for you.
Okay, well, I'll keep you updated. Plink, as I poke the frog again to hang up.
Ribbit.
Is is the call still on? Just sort of poking it.
Yeah.
How do you stop this?
Yeah, she seems to have gone.
Cool. Okay. I will report back to, or I'll sort of usher Sang and Naefir sort of to a side so that DJ's probably getting smashed or something. Or robbing people.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do before you set off?
We now need some potions.
Ah.
Yeah, I'll sort of just relay to the boys what I got from the phone call. Bing bong. So yeah, we either leave DJ
Underwater
here,
temple.
or or we blindfold him the whole way. She said that the curse could be removed, but she wasn't sure on how to do it. So, I mean,
I think blindfolding works.
Yeah.
okay. Unless you know any fancy tricks that can remove sight.
I do,
Dig out
and I
his
pull out
eyes.
my dagger.
Whoa! I mean, like what you did to Ethel, where she couldn't make noise.
I can only make it silent, not blind. I'm afraid. Actually, wait, hold on a sec.
I need to check my spell's description. Give me a sec. Checking the
Uh,
instructions.
Yeah, I only have silence, not blind. Or darkness, so sorry.
Well, looks like DJ's going to be a blind fighter then.
It's only for a short time.
Well,
Besides, we'll be hidden away in a crate or a back of a cart or something.
well, she did say that she could see through his eyes, which is the whole reason of blindfolding him. The minute we take it off, she's going to know where we are, surely.
No, she's going to be able to see what he sees. But he's not going to know where we are. Like, if we travel a day away and then what's the word? Unblindfold him, she's just going to see whatever he's looking at. So if he's, like, looking at the floor the entire time, how's she going to get any point of reference?
I mean, there's going to be plenty of points of reference once we make it inside.
Yeah, but at that point, we'll be hopefully 2 days away. Or probably half a day if it's a big old bird flying quick.
Yeah, well, I think that's still the best chance we've got, so yeah, let's do it.
All right.
And you're leaving out the fact that we're going to an underwater temple. Cool.
I said that I relayed that. I just thought the whole monitoring thing was also a big factor, but
How are we going to breathe underwater, Dan?
DJ can do it. It's fine.
What about the rest of us?
Let's take a few buckets.
I don't know. Just send him.
A few buckets. Got a couple of buckets of oxygen for you.
I meant to like
Just
take the water
get
out and
some
put it somewhere else.
bags. Get some bags. It'll be fine. But
Get
yeah.
some gillyweed, whatever it's called.
All right, onwards in our quest for potions that let us breathe underwater.
Just need a snorkel.
A really long one.
Yeah, it's a big long straw.
All right. No one's going to be open at that time.
Yeah, it's
Is
quite
this
late
gonna-
on now, isn't it? I thought we was
Is this going to be a morning thing?
staying over in the room where we need.
I'm going to sneak out at night.
All right. Cool. What time are you sneaking out?
Like 1-ish.
Okay, cool.
I'm just going to go back to the sort of not the stall vendors, but like look for are all the market stalls like caravans, or are they actually like brick and mortar buildings? As well?
Some of them are brick and mortar, others are just caravans.
Does there happen to be any brick and mortar potion stores?
There is an alchemist shop.
All right, I am going to like drunkenly walk by the place, try and get a look inside, see if there's anybody around.
This shop itself seems to be 2 stories with a living quarters above. The shop itself seems closed, all lights off, and the lights are also off upstairs.
All right. I'm going to look around. So, how many points of entry are there?
There is a front door and a back door with multiple windows in front, only one of which, around the backhand side, there's a window that seems to open, potentially a latch, and there are also windows on the first floor that would be openable.
Okay, if I look through the window on the ground floor with the latch, is there much blocking it on the other side?
It seems to be locked, but on the other side there is a workbench and then lots of like different sort of vials and boxes with various different types of stock in.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to go up to the window, cast silence, like point of origin, like right on the window, so it sort of covers inside the building and outside.
Okay, cool.
And then try to pick the lock, assuming
All
I
right.
don't see anyone around.
Yeah. Make me a stealth check first.
That's a 14 plus whatever my thing is. So 26, I think.
Cool. And make me a thieves' tools check.
I have these tools, but I don't know what the modifier on it is. I
Um,
don't know where it is on D&D Beyond.
just use Dex.
Just Dex. Dex is. That's a. That was a 16 plus 4, so a dirty 20.
Very
Does it
nice.
seem to be opening?
You quite simply unlock the window, move it off the latch, and slowly pry it open.
Okay, I'm going to very quietly make my way into the room.
As you make your way in, you're in this sort of quite small, like maybe 10 by 10 stock room. There's a workbench over to the right hand side with various potions, and then like lots of boxes and shelves with other different alchemical reagents and a few flasks around.
Nothing happens to be labeled, does it?
Several of them seem to be labeled. I a few of them that seem to be that are ready to be put out onto the shop floor. The rest of which have quite simple labeling, and a lot of the reagent sort of slots where they'd come from are also labeled.
Okay, I'm just gonna give everything a quick scan to see anything to do with water breathing.
All right, give me a investigation check.
Right, I'm gonna have to get shooting.
Investigation.
I've got stuff to do, but
Right, no worries.
should be able to do next Monday, but I'll let you know.
Cool.
No worries, Dean. We'll let you know
Alright.
what happens.
No worries.
Yeah, no worries. Catch you in a bit, guys.
Catch you a bit.
Take it easy.
Bye bye.
Bye.
That would be a 25.
25. Very nice. You
That's what
managed
I'm
to
designed
find
for.
a total of 4 potions of water breathing. You
Perfect.
also find a book detailing what each and every potion does, and the potions themselves only seem to last for an hour. For if you wanted to make your way into the tomb, there you would have to find a way to try and lengthen the duration.
Okay.
It details in the book as well. What did you roll? You rolled like 25, is it?
25, yeah.
Yeah, it details various methods of changing the potions into filters of water breathing, which can last up to 24 hours.
Wow, okay.
By getting various other reagents and mixing them together.
Does there happen to be anything that is any instructions that any items in the instructions laid around
Um,
that I
looking
would
around, you
maybe need?
can't see any of the extra ingredients you need.
Okay, cool.
One of them includes some magical ice of some sort, and another one is a special type of weed that is out towards the sort of northern coastlines, but are quite hard to find.
Okay. Can I rip out that page and bring it with
Yeah.
me?
Yep.
Does it just say the name of it, or does it have like a descriptor of the actual?
Yes, I will find
I'm just thinking, is the page something that I could use as a reference when I'm looking for this item?
yeah. You could use it as a reference.
Yeah, cool. I'll definitely take that page then.
It seems to be like a almost like seaweed looking thing. Seaweed looking plant that grows at the sort of like bottom of like frigid sort of icy waters.
And did you say it needed 2 components, the magical ice as well, or was that just?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how to go about that one, but I will. Would I know generally how much these would be?
Potions of water breathing would be a few hundred gold.
Screw that. I was going to be nice, but it's too much. I'm just going to put the book back and make my way out. Close the window.
Yeah, about 500 gold pieces each.
Each? Oof.
Each. Very expensive.
Yep. Glad I did what I did. Close the window and flick the latch back.
Right. Very nice. Alrighty. The potions themselves are in secular vials with this cork with a sort of like blue, almost like runic marks around it. And the bottle itself is a bluish green liquid that seems to bubble lightly, with one of the bubbles almost looking like a jellyfish.
Nice. We've had one of these before, but it was in the bag of holding, wasn't
It absolutely was.
Yeah.
it?
Damn it, Marky. Ah,
Right. 4 potions of water breathing. Because I don't know, DJ doesn't need it.
Mhm. All right. Anything else you want to do during the night?
I think that's me good.
All right. What time would you like to set off in the morning as well?
well, we pretty much said as early as possible, didn't
Yeah.
we? So it'd be whatever in the morning.
I'd say the rest of you would still get your long rest. Naefir, you can.
I only need 4 hours anyway.
Yeah. So would you like to go like it's basically 1:30 in the morning by the time you're up and out.
Mm-hmm.
So you could leave at like 5:30 in the morning, where some of the early stalls are setting up, or you could risk going without sleep and setting off a little earlier.
I mean, can't you just sleep on the way? You just need to stay up until we're
It
in.
depends if anything happens, though. We're better off me getting the full rest.
Okay.
Because I'll also get my spell slot back that I just used to get the things.
Yep, fair enough.
For the
Spells and
sake
that.
of, what, half an hour?
All right.
Yeah, so we'd all use our potion of disguise. We'd blindfold DJ.
We'll find
So-
some way to convince him.
He can stay with one of them, and we'll try and stagger our way out.
I mean, stick it in the chat and see if he answers.
So, Josh, we need to blindfold DJ. Would he let us do it?
There we go. We'll see how he comes back.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we try and blindfold him as long as possible.
Mhm.
Disguise ourselves. Like go out in like a pair and a single and 2 singles, then try and take different paths.
Cool. Yeah. How many potions of disguise do you have?
I'm pretty
Everybody
sure
got one from Eunice. She all gave us one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But we have to roll a
So, yeah.
D8, I think it is. See how long it lasts.
Yeah, go for it.
Mm.
If
1 hour.
cool, Paul, if
5
you want to roll
hours.
for Sang, and Dan, if you want to roll
I'll
for
roll for DJ.
6 hours for Sang.
5 for
Right.
me and 2 for DJ.
Cool.
Not that it matters too much because I have a spell for disguise self.
Yeah.
Yeah, but DJ's wears off like an hour after you.
But it's not going to take us an hour to get to the stall and just hide in the
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, true.
Basically, as you're ready to go, the merchant is already there, setting things up for you to sneak in.
Mm-hmm.
He takes like a quick little circle round, and then ushers you all in before setting off for the day.
I want to take a quick look around to see if there's any crows eyeing us.
Make me a perception check.
No, 19.
19.
Plus
Um,
11, so 30.
Jesus Christ.
Christ.
These are the things I'm good at.
To be honest, I think
You could see that there are lots of crows around, but none of them seem to be paying attention to you specifically.
Like they're just just looking
Yeah,
around, keeping
just
eyes
chilling.
out, but they don't know where the target's basically. Perfect.
Yeah.
And we'll get into the back, make sure all the sides are covered and stuff. I don't. Is it like a
Yeah, I was
a
gonna ask what-
traveler's caravan, or is it like a wagon kind of deal?
It is more. It's yeah, sort of like a traveler's caravan. Um, it's a traveler's caravan, whereas like the sides of the caravan itself fold out and sort of open up
Burger van.
to almost. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'll have a chips and cheese.
So you are basically all squashed into this caravan with loads of random knickknacks and things just
Yep.
on each of the walls.
Mhm.
It's quite cramped in there, but you managed to find some comfort.
Hold on a second. How long does this guy's self last? That only lasts an hour as well. Damn it. Yeah, so after say, I don't know, a couple of hours, I'll use my disguise self and try and get up onto the front with the. Did we ever ask his name? We didn't, did we?
No.
You didn't.
It's a classic
His
thing that
name
we do.
is Jotani.
Jotani. I'll disguise myself as a Khajiit and go and jump up front with Jotani and make general conversation with him, but also have a real good lookout to see if we're being tracked.
How do you spell it?
J-O apostrophe T-A-N-I.
I was expecting it to be double T. Double A, sorry.
That's entirely how you want to spell it.
DJ would be putting up a fight.
All right.
Yeah, he
Well,
would.
He absolutely just fucked us because he's gone invisible.
Lovely.
That's fine then, because if he invisibilities and out of there, we can just leave him behind. So either way, our
Yeah,
problem is
actually,
solved.
Yeah, he's not in next session. All
Yeah,
right.
because I was just thinking, he'd probably think we were trying to get his crown.
hmm
Well, no, but he'd know what we would do. It's not like we was like in the dead of night, blindfolded him and thrown him in the back of a van.
Mhm.
But yeah, he wouldn't want it. So yeah.
Well, it's not that anyway. He would think that we're trying to take his crown off him, which would lead him to go apeshit anyway.
Could he use his crown as the blindfold? Yeah, pull it down over his eyes.
All right. So, Jotani manages to get you all the way to Fort Kragstad.
Nice.
How far away we got now? Like another day? A day and a bit?
Maybe about half a day's travel to the coast.
Is it nighttime now? Then that'll be like a full day's travel. Is that 2 more? 3?
No, it'd be 8 hours travel because he's basically double timed it on his cart, so he's gone like 48 miles in a full 8 hours window.
Boys.
So by this time, it's actually early afternoon by the time he gets there, and you're basically set about here.
Can we still travel our normal, well, not normal, but say for another 4 hours walking?
Yeah, if you want to, yeah. I mean, you actually could go the full 8 hours if you wanted, because you haven't really done anything. You've just been sat down.
Yeah, I didn't know if travel on cart or whatever is wear and tear kind of thing, being sat in a car for God knows how long. That kind of.
No, but at this time, like, he has to stop because his 2 horses are very tired at this point. But yeah, if you want to go on foot and travel, you can. And depending on how fast you want to travel, you could make it to the coastline by the end of the day.
And it's only been 1 day. Oh, it's been 2 days?
Yeah.
It would be. We're on the second day now, so it'd be the end of the second day.
Yeah, it's been a day and a half. Yeah, you're only halfway through this day.
Yeah.
So yeah, what pace do you want to travel at?
I'd probably say a fairly quick one if I wanted to make it by the end of the day.
DJ's not blindfolded either, so. Yeah, we need to move quick if he's refusing to cooperate.
Mm-hmm. All right. So if you're moving at a fast pace, can you both make me stealth checks with disadvantage? And I'm going to roll for DJ and Sag.
No, I won't do that actually. Because trace doesn't last that long. A 21.
Mm-hmm. What's that? 16.
All right. Do we know what DJ and Sang's modifiers are?
I rolled an 8 and a 17.
DJ's is probably pretty good, but Sang's probably isn't.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, wait
Stealth checks with
Is my modifier
disadvantage.
8 or 9?
Yep.
Okay, it's 17, not 16, because I rolled an 8 and my modifier is 9. Not like that'll make a huge difference, but here's hoping.
I just love rolling below a 10 and still getting a 21.
Sneaky boy.
Yeah. What am I looking for?
Right. What do you two get?
I got 21.
21.
DJ's a +8.
Okay.
And Sang is a +1 with disadvantage.
Okay. Sang rolled a 16. DJ rolled a 10. Disadvantage.
Sang rolled a 16 with disadvantage. What?
Yep.
And is that 10 with a +8?
Yep. He rolled a 17 and then a 2.
Nice. Wait,
Disadvantage.
why is DJ with disadvantage?
Because you're all moving at quick pace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
everybody is.
Oh, that's the thing. Sang, it doesn't matter. Sang's disadvantage. He already is.
I also rolled a 17 plus 4 for the rock. So as you get off and manage to walk 2 or 3 hours into the way, you can see the silhouette of the giant bird approaching behind you again.
Fuck.
I might end session here because I'm going to get you all to roll for initiative
Hmm,
next session, and it would be nice to have
Nice.
4 of you back.
yeah.
But we will go through that after.
Crisscross.
It is only going to be a short session, this one, because I did not plan much.
That's
Nor did
fine.
I have the time, and we have no Josh and no Sang.
We got this.